Hey, Live Fit Wellnesser, this is Coach Nick, the professor, and I have a question for you. So, have you ever wondered how a tightrope walker keeps his footing while he's walking across two buildings? The answer, of course, is balance. And that's what I'm here to talk about with you today. So, in our presentation, what I want to talk to you about is what balance is, why it's absolutely essential to be incorporated into your training, and how you can train to improve your own balance. So, first, let's talk about the definition of what balance is. So, real simple, I think everyone has an idea already, but balance is the ability to maintain your center of gravity over your base of support. So, a quick demonstration, if I step and I hold on one foot, then that's a quick demonstration of balance in its all glory. So, it's not just about the muscular component of balance as well. There's also a neuromuscular component, which means my nerves, my sensory organs, and also incorporating the environment. So my body's inherent sense of itself in relation to objects around it is called proprioception. And when we train balance, we're training to increase our proprioception. So who should train balance? The answer is pretty much everyone, but specifically athletes, seniors, and like I said, everyone else. So with athletes, it's often we're training for sport-specific adaptations. For football, like for cutting, we're looking for things that are sport-specific. Basketball, tennis, we're always going to be looking for the individual adaptations that are specific to that sporting individual's needs. For seniors, of course, as we age, falling becomes more of a risk. We're looking to maintain our independence. So balance can help us maintain our high quality of life as we age gracefully. And lastly, but not least, everyone else. So day to day, if we're working or how we go about and spend most of our days, it tends to become a habitual sense. So if I work at a job 40 hours a week and I sit for 30 hours out of the week, that can become a habitual sense. And now over time, my hip flexors shorten, my upper back starts to get weak, I start to get the computer station posture, and I develop imbalances. So everyone throughout their day seems to fall into like their habitual sense of day-to-day activities. And training balance is a good way to address those imbalances that you've developed through your habitual way of our lifestyle and correct them. So what are the benefits of balance training? So first, increased performance. If we have imbalances that we currently need to address, it'll definitely manifest in our inability to perform. So second, injury prevention. This one's huge, and especially for our endurance athletes out there that are doing, if you think on a run, thousands of reps as we step. If for some reason I have overpronation on my ankle, if it comes out on one side as opposed to on the other foot, and I'm compensating my weight on one side of my body more than the other, that's an imbalance. And if a coach who's properly trained in addressing and diagnosing these types of imbalances can correctly see me, diagnose what's needed, and prescribe something for me in my training, I correct the imbalance, and now I'm more focused and able to train correctly. I'm not going to have to worry about the oncoming injuries that otherwise might inevitably come. So last but not least, joint stability. This is huge, especially because as we age, we typically seem to degrade a little bit as we get older. But joint stability, we can maintain our joints, our health, and mitigate some of those age-related concerns. So the last thing I want to talk about is how to improve our balance in our training. So here at the gym, we utilize several modalities, but most familiar with you guys is probably this one, the RX pad. So if you imagine that I'm standing on one foot, and as I am now, well, you can only see my knee, but imagine I'm standing on one foot, like I said, I am. On the flat floor, it's kind of easy for me to do this since I've trained my balance. But to increase the level of difficulty, I need to safely increase the instability that I'm training against. So in fitness, we have something called the specific adaptation of imposed demands. It's called the SAID principle. We provide a stimulus for our body to adjust to in training. So we provide the stress, over time, our body adapts to that stimulus. So I place the stress of an unstable surface, and as I train, it's at my current level. I'm going to develop balance, increase my proprioception. After that, I might try something like the foam roller, half foam roller. A little bit more difficult, especially if you've done these with a single leg Romanian deadlift. I've demonstrated these before in class. So another step up. And even more difficult, the Dynadisc. This is an excellent piece of equipment. So what's most important while you're in the class and you are challenging yourself with these balance tools is that you're utilizing the correct tool that's for you and it's at your level. If you're not challenged when you're training balance, if I'm on my foot and I can hold it here for 2 minutes, 3 minutes at a time, and my foot's not fatigued, I haven't lost my balance once, I'm not getting the most out of my training. Likewise, if I start on the Dynadisc and I'm constantly having to step off and readjust, it's too high of a training stimulus for me as either a beginner, or maybe I have an imbalance, or my balance just isn't that good. So I need to find the correct stimulus that's appropriate for me. The point of the balance training is that you're at your correct stimulus, and that's how you're going to improve over time. So in conclusion, what we talked about, our overview about what balance was, why it's essential, how you can improve. We talked about the benefits, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation. So next time you're in the gym, please say hi to me. And my name is Marquez. I'll see you in the gym. Thank you.